Detlev Sudorov, who teaches human resource management at Brandeis University, says pain sharing from the top isn't just humane, but smart.
If it starts at the top, and if the executive level and below take dramatic action to role model that, yes, I believe that people will respond with loyalty, people will respond with greater work efforts, and people will adjust their own personal economic needs to help the company survive.
At Brandeis itself, in fact, several lower-wage staff jobs were saved by a 1% salary cut volunteered by the faculty. As it happens, I meet regularly with a group of Brandeis professors to study poetry.
The face I carry with me last when I go out of time.
Robin Miller is reading an Emily Dickinson poem about the poet's secret love.
That face will just be thine.
This has got to be a poem that's addressed to him, the guy she wrote the master letters to.
The guy she was supposedly in love with, and that the erotic or passionate poems are written to.
Yeah.
But this is the
But
guy.
whoever he is, he's the demon lover, not the real man anyway.
Yes.
The real man behind the Brandeis Share initiative was Billy Flesch, president of the Faculty Senate.
The university had decided that they didn't want to do salary cuts across the board for various reasons, including what a bad signal it sends to possible future faculty, to faculty who are here now and who might therefore want to leave. But I suggested that we could volunteer cuts.
Volunteer anonymously, only to take effect if more than 30% of the faculty signed on. 36% did.
It's meaningful because it's actually saved jobs. There is something very tangible.
English professor Laura Quinney.
And the sacrifice is a visible and real one. It's a no-brainer as far as I'm concerned.
It would have been
John Burt is also an English professor.
very uncomfortable to lay people off when you were sitting there quite safe.
With tenure.
With tenure, you bet.
But even here at famously progressive Brandeis, barely a third of the faculty volunteered. Some of those who declined, like biologist Michael Rossbosch, said they would have contributed, but distrust the managers who run the school.
It's not for lack of social conscience. It's for who got us in these problems and who's going to get us out of them.
So sharing, it seems, depends on trust. In fact, at the strike shed outside Conn-Selmer, the militants think pain sharing is a euphemism for business as usual, with the workers sharing all the pain.
We are going to fight to the end, if it's death.
David Kish's distrust is so deep, you can't imagine him accepting any management proposals, to share or not to share.
Okay, my opinion would be to inflict as much damage on this company as they had inflicted on the workers.
Our last stop, a fire station in New Bedford, an hour south of Boston, suggests just how difficult pain sharing can be.
We work 24-hour shifts here, so we basically live together for the entire day.
Workers here rejected 157 to 39, a 10% wage cut offered as an alternative to layoffs. When the workers refused, those with the least seniority were axed. Brian Gallant among them.
My dream job, not just to be a firefighter, but to be a New Bedford firefighter. My father he's been a firefighter here for about 31 years, and his father before him was a firefighter for 31 years, so that was my goal.
Sure to be among the first fired, Gallant voted to accept the pay cut.
I guess all the guys at the bottom of the seniority list who felt that they were going to get laid off kind of cling to somewhat, some hope and voted yes.
Gallant's father, the station captain, voted yes as well.
I voted to take the pay cut myself because I'm in my last year, and I felt, the future of the department rested with these 35 individuals, and I could take the hit for a year.
But like most, Jim Allen, head of the local firefighters union, voted no to givebacks.
It was a very tough vote for me. Being the union head and having the years of union philosophy of never give back anything, and knowing the people that would lose their jobs. Brian's a friend of my daughter's. Brian comes over to my house and has dinner with us and comes to parties, and so it's difficult. And a lot of those guys are in the same boat.
And yet, says Allen, in a place where the top of the pay scale with overtime is roughly $60,000 a year, you ask,
how much can I afford to give up? And in this case, the members felt it was too much that they were being asked to give up.
In the end, then, even in a place dedicated to the protection of others, There's a struggle between self-interest and sharing. On the other hand, in tough times like these, though we know of no hard numbers, the anecdata certainly suggest there's more sharing than there used to be.